the right still.
All right.
And in the center still, so.
So I should do it now?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, taking off from runway 6, staying in a pattern, Burlington traffic.
Very good. Let's go ahead and taxi out. And it's still a good idea as we taxi out to just be ever vigilant for other airplanes and stuff.
All right.
You never know. You might have missed something, so always got to look and make sure we're clear. Just because we saw it once doesn't mean it's the same 10 seconds later, so.
All right. Runway 6 looks more familiar now.
Yeah.
Step by step. I'll make myself a line here.
That's right.
All right. I'm pretty much aligned, so I think we're good to go.
Looks good to me.
All right.
Good job on that rudder. I like it. Hey, you see how gentle that is?
Yeah. That was not too bad.
Yeah, you know, and that's just how I personally fly the airplane. Everyone's going to fly it differently. You can use a full hand grip, but don't squeeze too tightly.
Right, because you lose that friction.
Yeah, it's like if you're riding a bike, you know, you don't squeeze the death out of the handlebar. You just hold them enough to hang on. Really.
Right. And Burlington traffic, Cardinal 88 Quebec, starting runway 6, right turn out, eastbound, Burlington traffic. 1100, I make a left turn.
That's correct. That puts us 500 feet above the ground here at Burlington.
Okay, so here we go.
All right, and this is left crosswind.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, making left crosswind. Staying in the pattern, Burlington traffic.
So when you say left crosswind, let them know which runway that's for.
All right.
Yeah.
I forgot this one. I knew there was something missing.
Cool, so let's visually look at that runway. We're good. We've made a 90-degree turn, so this is looking nice and straight.
Okay.
So we're just going to keep climbing outbound. Let's climb a little bit faster than 65. That's a little bit too slow. We want to climb around 75 or so in this airplane, so we use that pitch to hold that. Yep.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's make that left downwind now.
Okay. Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, making left downwind, runway 6, Burlington traffic.
Very good, and there's 1600, so we're going to go ahead and level out here. So you can reduce that power.
Oops, I turned a little too much.
Yep. Oh, that's perfect. And now we're just positioning ourselves next to the runway here.
All right.
So we're on. Yep. We're on left downwind. It's kind of hazy up here today, huh?
Yeah. So 1500, 16.
Yeah, you've got everything set up perfect right now.
All right.
Our next big step is to set up for the descent. So once we get a beam, those 1,000-foot landing markers there, we're going to set the airplane up. So power is going to go to 1,500 at that mark.
Right. But that we are now. Okay. So we do it now.
That's good. And 1 notch of flap. So we can do 1 notch below 110 in this airplane. That's 10 degrees. And let the airplane start its descent.
You're right, because it's going down, yeah.
Yeah, or else we're going to end up too high. So we want to start that nose low descent down.
Okay. And we are close to 45 degrees, so we're about time to make a base turn.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe go a little bit further since we started our descent a little bit late because we're level first. So we need to lose a little bit more altitude. That's probably going to work there. So let's do left.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, making left on base, runway 6, Burlington traffic.
You see the nose is a little bit too far down now, so find a balance in between that there.
Yeah.
All right, on base, let's do our 20 degrees of flaps.
All right.
All right, the nose is back up now, so just, and now let's make that turn towards final.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, final, runway 6, Burlington traffic.
Very good. We overshot just a little bit, but it's okay. It's manageable today.
Cool.
All right, so we can go full flaps.
All right.
So the PAPI lights, the little lights to the left, are out today.
Oh, really?
Yep, so we're just going to have to do it visually.
I see.
So if you feel like you're low, add power. So we're low and slow right now. We're at 59 knots. So what should you do?
Just power.
Yeah, add power and hold level. That's
Hold
right.
level, yeah. But this is going to be a visual landing.
Good, yeah. Don't raise the nose as you add power. We raised it a little bit there. Yep, use that pitch and power to hold around 65 to 66. The nose is slightly to the left. We've got a little bit of that crosswind from the left we're feeling here. This is looking good. All right. You can slowly start to reduce that power. Let's keep the nose down as we do that, though. And we can bring it to idle and hold it level above the runway. A little bit. Yep, I caught you there. Hold it loose. Hold it. There we go.
Wow.
Yep, pull some of that power back out. And now we're on the rudders. And we're using the rudders only to hold it on the center line. Yep.
Absolutely.
And now we can go smoothly to the brakes.
Oh, that was eventful.
You'll get warmed up to it again.
Are we exiting Charlie?
We'll take the first one we can make at a good airspeed. Don't use your hands to steer.
All right.
Yep. Let's take a left at Delta.
Delta, okay. Well, there's a lot of things to be said about this landing. I don't know.
Yeah, so that time, we'll talk about actually when we get off the runway. Let's come all the way clear
Sure.
and make a radio call that says we're clear of runway 6 and that we're taxiing to runway 6 via Alpha, which is the taxiway we're about to get on.
Or am I supposed to do this when we stop beyond?
Yeah, beyond
And
this
that
whole
line
short
first.
line. With the ailerons as we take off here. So full
really?
power.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that wind is shifted a little bit more to the left. Yeah, and you're just rotating it out as we accelerate. Yeah, very good. All right, there's 55. Good.
Traffic, Bonanza 1 Bravo Bravo, 2 miles south. We'll be crossing overhead, midfield to enter downwind runway 6. We have departing Cessna in sight, Burlington.
All right, so that other traffic that's crossing has got us in sight.
Burlington traffic, Delta Center 76 Charlie Alpha, currently 1,700 feet, airing 45-degree left downwind, runway 6.
Oh, we've got another airplane to the left.
All right, so traffic, Bonanza 1 Bravo Bravo, overhead, midfield
for now.
runway 6, and we have the Dutchess to the side as well as the departing Cessna, and we're turning downwind runway 6 at this time, Burlington.
I'm going to make a call that lets them know that we're going to extend outward for the traffic.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 0 for Yankees, extending upwind runway 6 for the Dutchess and Bonanza.
All right, so the
Bonanza, we
Dutchess
got you inside us.
was over to our left. We're going to level off at 1,600 feet.
That's right.
The Dutchess is just to the left there. He's a good ways out, so we're just going to kind of extend out straight and let him pass in front of us here. He's to the left, just in front of the wing, if you can look for him. And you can reduce your power just to a normal, like 2,100 cruise there.
Burlington traffic, this is Center 76 Charlie Alpha, entering the left downwind, runway 6, we have the Cessna in sight. Burlington traffic, Bonanza 1 Bravo Bravo, left base, runway 6, Burlington.
So the Bonanza's on base behind us now for 6. The Dutchess is just past behind our left wingtip now. So he's behind the airplane now to the left. Just crossing behind us there. Let's level off at 16. Make sure we're not climbing. So let's go ahead and make a left turn onto crosswind.
All right, so I announce that as well?
Yep, so you can say left crosswind, runway 6 behind the Dutchess.
All right, sorry, I wasn't thinking. Could you say
That's
that?
okay, yeah, it's left crosswind. So let's aviate first, right?
Traffic, Bonanza 1 Bravo Bravo, final runway 6,
So let's position the airplane where we want it. Let's put it at 1,600 feet. Don't worry about the radios right now.
All right.
Fly the airplane first. So let's level off here. You can see we're a decent ways from the airport now. You look off the left and see it.
Right, absolutely, yeah.
The other airplane's in front of us on downwind. I see him, so let's go ahead and turn left downwind here. Don't even see, we didn't even need to worry about the radio call. We're flying the airplane. We've got our eyes on the traffic. It's okay. It's not like we're going to get a speeding ticket up here or something for messing that stuff. All right, we're on downwind now. We've got the airport there. We're established. The airplane in front of us is directly off the nose, just above the horizon. Looks like a little white line.
Yes.
Okay, now we got a second to breathe, right? Now we can say we're on left downwind, runway 6.
Start the traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee. Left downwind. Runway 6, correcting traffic.
Good.
All right, feels better.
Yep, so let's look at the runway here. The Bonanza that was the first airplane in line is on the ground there.
Right.
The Duchess, which is a twin engine, is still in front of us here. And the reason I wanted him to go first is because that twin engine's a little faster than we are. So if we're going to be in front of him, we're going to kind of hold him up some.
Right.
But I see him in front of us there. He's turning on the left face.
Okay, he's turning very far.
This is why I'm always outside. I'm looking, especially in this traffic area.
Bonanza 1 Bravo Bravo, clear runway 6, taxi to the hangar via Alpha Burlington.
But he's clear. I see him clear the runway.
Base to final, runway 6.
The Duchess just called out base to final, so I'm listening to those radio calls, and he's turning final. We can see him there.
All right.
Good. Yep.
The reason why he took a big pattern?
They're probably practicing single engine flying in a multi-engine airplane, so they're giving themselves a little bit more room. All right, so we're not going to pull the power just yet. Since this other airplane is still on final, we're going to let them get past us, and then they're going to be our mark.
All right, so I should go up back to 1600?
That's right, yep. Good job. Okay, so you see off the left wing there, that airplane's just about to pass by.
Right.
When they get by, you can go ahead and do power to 15. So they're gone. Let's do 15. And let's do flaps 1. So our descent is going to be a little bit different now because we're starting a little bit further out. So we can start our descent.
Okay.
But we're going to turn on the base a little bit sooner now.
What we're doing now?
In our descent, yeah. So let's go ahead and turn on to that base.
So that's the traffic. Cessna 4 Yankee. 04 Yankee. Turning left base. Runway 6. Correcting traffic.
Very good. Cool. Here we are.
All right, I like that.
Yep, we're within our white arc, so let's do 20 degrees of flaps now.
Okay.
And let's keep the descent coming.
All right.
All right. Plenty of room. We're clear on final approach. There's no airplanes in front of us.
But we should turn when we are about...
Yeah, let's go ahead and start turning here.
All right. Sorry for traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Final. Runway 6. Sorry for traffic.
All right, so the Duchess is on the runway in front of us still, and he's turning off now. He's towards the other end of the runway. And we're within our white arc still, just barely. Let's reduce a little bit of power and raise the nose just slightly. It slows us down some, you see? Now we can go full flaps.
Okay, I thought we would be really high here, no?
We're a little bit high, not really high, just a little high, but it feels really good to me right now. Just keep flying that airplane towards the runway. We're right around 70 knots.
Charlie Alpha is clear runway 6.
We're descending maybe a little bit too quickly now, so let's raise the nose and just add that little bit of power back in that we took out.
All right.
There we go, good. Yep, just watch the airspeed every now and then, glance at it. We're right about 62 now, so we're a little slow. So let's lower the nose and maybe add a little dab of power. There we go. We're just trying to find that stabilized descent all the way down. Okay, taking it to the center line of the runway. Okay, there you go. Let's reduce that power now. We're getting over the asphalt here. And hold the nose up. Just hold it right there. There we go. Okay, and let's smoothly onto the brakes. Steer with your feet. Remember, don't steer with your hands. Yes. And lower down. All right. Good job. You took most of that landing. That was mostly you.
Really? Okay.
That you were on the controls when we touched down. I was not touching the controls.
I see. I see.
Very good. Making really good progress today.
Good. So Delta looks like it's the one for
that
us?
looks like the one for us. Yeah, we don't ever want to push it.
Right, take a chance. Yeah.
These tires don't grip like your car does. So.
Yeah, they look pretty deflated to me this morning.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They look pretty nice.
That's how they should.
Yeah, they're going to look a little squishy. You don't want them to be too firm or else they'll bounce really hard on the land.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Yeah.
So that Duchess is way towards the end there. Let's come all the way clear and clean up and see if we can keep our roll in front of him here.
All right, so do it quickly.
Clearly active, Burlington. Burlington traffic 0 for Yankees clear of 6, taxiing 6 via Alpha Burlington.
So flap should be up. Make sure lean for taxi. Go trim is good, and then the strobe lights off. Here we go.
Okay. And I've already cleared us off the runway and taxied, so we can go ahead and make our turn.
Would that plane had to stop for us?
What's that?
If we pull out in front of him, that plane would eventually have to stop for us, or what's the priority set here? Is it courtesy?
Yeah, I mean, we had plenty of time in front of him there, so
If we arrive at the
not
same
impeding on
time?
him. Yeah, if he was a lot closer and already taxiing by, then we would let him come by.
Right,
and
'cause
then
he's in
taxi by
motion
him. That's right.
and not,
Anybody,
okay.
so we got to make sure that everybody's doing what they're saying they're doing.
Right.
So there he goes. He's going northwest, just like he said he would.
Yeah.
So.
All right, good. Well, in that case, we can go. I'm not very aligned, but should I just
Yeah, there
wait?
you go. Yeah, come over to the center line always.
And
Yep.
only after.
There we go.
All right, coming alive.
Everything's looking good.
All right. 55. I'm pulling.
Nice. A little bit more right rudder there.
Yeah, I did some though, but
You press step on the ball. Step on the ball.
yeah.
Yep. We need more right rudder still. There you go. That's right rudder.
I see.
Yep.
I really need to do more right rudder then.
On the takeoffs especially, yeah.
All right. But I've done it, but not firm enough. I can tell. All those takeoff. All right. 1,100 feet. We are.
Yeah, we're looking that way. I don't see the helicopter traffic in our way, so there he is. He's up there, so
Yeah.
he's decently clear. Let's go ahead and turn left.
Burlington traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Making left, crosswing. Exit runway 6. Burlington traffic. Oh wow, okay.
Yep, let's keep the turn. Remember, we're going to be 90 degrees from the runway.
Yeah, I can tell it's not finished. All right, here we go. We're going to level up at 1600.
Burlington
That's correct.
traffic, this is 976 Charlie Alpha is departing runway 6, Burlington.
We want 75 miles.
That's right, and we're about a half mile from the runway, so let's turn onto that left downwind while we do this. Don't worry about the radio call. Fly the airplane first.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. We can level up now.
Yep, we're still climbing. Yep, we got to set that power, or else it's going to keep jumping up. We're about 150 feet too high now. There you go. See what I mean? Yep, just fly it first. And now that we're stabilized, and we're getting to 1600, now you can say you're on left downwind, runway 6.
Burlington traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Left downwind. Runway 6. Burlington traffic. All right. It looks like we're all good.
Yes, sir.
And the 1,000 mark is here.
There
Pull
we
that
go.
power to 1,500.
That's correct.
All right.
Burlington
one notch
crossing
flaps.
6 with Charlie.
1 notch flat. Let's forget this one.
Yep. And just let that descent keep coming. There you go. With those flaps, it wants to pitch that nose up some more, so we just kind of have
Right.
to hold that pressure in. Yep, just enough to hold us right around 80 or so.
But we're going down already.
clear.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're sinking pretty good.
Okay, we're 45 close.
Yeah, let's go ahead and turn.
All right. I want to make my announcement.
That's correct.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee. Left base, runway 6. Burlington traffic.
Good. This is looking great. All right, so once we get wings level, 90 degrees from the runway, there you go.
Flap.
That's right, 20 degrees of flaps. You got a little bit of time to look at final approach, and we're clear this way.
On the right.
And the runway is clear.
Okay.
Cool.
And a little low.
Ah, you're right on. Yeah, let's
Okay.
keep turning left now. Let's go towards the runway on final.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee. Final, runway 6, current in traffic.
Good, yeah. Use that pitch and power to hold above 65. Somewhere in that 70 knot range is where you want to be hovering.
So pulling the nose slows down. Yeah, just like
The more, yeah, if you pull the nose up, it's going to slow down a lot. If you push the nose forward, it's going to speed up. And then we also need to adjust the power as well. So if we lower the nose, we probably, have to adjust the power slightly too. This one's looking really good. We're right about where we need to be, and we're perfectly on the glide path right now. This is what it should look like every time right there. All right, we're starting to get a little too slow, so use that pitch.
All right.
Yep. All right, hold the nose up. And a little bit of left aileron there just for the wind. Did you see what happened that time? It just plopped right onto the runway?
I didn't flare at all.
We got really slow at the end. That's what happens. So you can imagine if you do that too high, it's going to plop from wherever it's at. Use your feet here. Yeah.
So it looks like I didn't have time to flare because I was too slow.
Too slow. Yeah.
Flaring works only if you have speed.
Those wings are only producing that lift in their angle of attack that they can produce lift within. Once they get so slow, the airplane starts to sink vertically, which exceeds that critical angle of attack. That's what makes that stall horn go off. Ultimately, we'd like to hear that horn go off right as we touch the wheels down, but we like to have a little bit of that transition time to float into it. So it gives us more time to land straight, but that time we got so slow that as soon as we raised the nose up, it stalled and went boom, and just fell right onto the runway. So I want you to maintain that pitch attitude and power profile to hold right about there all the way down, somewhere in that window. Yeah.
But basically...
Yeah, basically horizontal. Yeah. Until you get to the asphalt. Once you get to the asphalt, you can pull that power out. And then don't worry about the airspeed. Let the airplane slow down and sit down.
No more airspeed worry when you're above the asphalt.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, I have to remember this.
Yeah, just keep that transition coming. It's all about transitioning into that flare over the runway.
Okay.
And when we do that flare, we're looking straight ahead all the way down as far as we can, and I think that'll help you.
I know that it really helped me a lot. Yeah. But when I'm approaching, it's really airspeed and power attitude.
That is right.
All right, it's good. All right. So we're done with takeoff. We are landing. So after landing, we go on the flaps up. Make sure lean for taxi, and then the trim are back to normal, and the strobe light is off. The landing. Okay. And now we can go back to the taxi. Nobody on the right. Nobody on the left. So I'm gonna go taxi right now. I'm trying to make a good right rudder this time.
That's right.
Use.
Engine gauges look green and the airspeed is alive. Good. Very good.
Burlington traffic. The beach jet's going back taxi on Alpha for departure on runway 6, Burlington.
I see now the right rudder. This was the first time I noticed it the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I would change is just lower that nose a little bit to accelerate some, just to get a little bit faster airspeed.
Okay.
There we go. That's perfect right there.
Airspeed is 80. Ideal airspeed is 80, right?
75 to 80 knots is where we're going to climb in this airplane. Yep.
All right. We're good to make a left turn.
We're good.
Going to traffic. With 04 Yankee. Left, crosswind, runway 6. Going to traffic.
Good. And just keep that turn coming until you're 90 degrees.
Oh yeah, I always make it too short. Alright, north.
That's looking good.
I got the bug to help me, I'm not using it.
Yeah, It's there for a reason.
Yeah, just should know better this time.
Okay, altitude, we're there.
1600, so I'm
Yep.
11 off right now.
Yep. Okay, and we're about a half mile, so let's turn downwind.
Burn the traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Left on downwind. Runway 6, burn the traffic.
Good. All right, here we are again.
Good. Alright, this is good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm trying to look at more around now, less visuals.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
more
we got that
visuals.
jet taxiing out. He's going to be our next guy. Hopefully he'll give us plenty of time. So,
I see.
unlike us, he doesn't have to do a run-up though, so.
But what you're saying that we're going to
Yeah,
move
let's go
before
ahead
him?
and start our descent.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to go, we'll see if he holds short for us here.
Alright. First notch. Alright. Alright, we're almost at 45. So, taking a left on base.
Okay.
Burn the traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Making left on base. Runway 6, burn the traffic.
Good, raise that nose up just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Now hold her about right there on the descent. That's good.
Taking a second.
Yep. See, the nose wants to come up when you add the flaps in again, so we got to keep that nose coming down.
Alright.
Yeah. And it looks like the jet's holding short.
Is holding for us?
It looks like it. He's not moving, so we'll keep our eye on him.
But he should telling us, right? In theory.
Yeah, it'd be nice, but
I see.
yep.
Doesn't have to. Alright. We'll do the base, the final now.
Yes.
Burn the traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Turning left, final. Runway 6. Burn the traffic.
Just remember, it's just final when we're turning final.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Okay, last notch of flaps.
That's right.
This is looking good. Just down to the runway start there. It's just above the 6, where I like to aim. That's always my aiming point for this runway.
But just do the tomato grip.
Yeah, just a nice,
I am
steady approach.
not liking it, but
Here, I'm going to give you a little bit of trim to see if it lights it up some. Feel any better?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah, that was magical.
Let's keep the nose coming down to the 6. Remember that airspeed, we want it to be kind of flat there, right around 70 to 65. Yeah, keep the nose
Yes.
keep that nose coming down. Yep. Yep. A little bit of wind there. You feel that gust?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and go around. Full power.
Burlington traffic, the beach jet will be number 2 after this landing. Skyhawk landing at the Burlington runway
Okay.
6.
All right, one notch of flaps comes out immediately. This is
That's
all
right.
right. Let's hold that nose so that we can gain airspeed so we can climb first. Got a positive rate, so the next comes out. We don't want to climb too steep or we get into that power on stall situation, right?
Burlington traffic, the beach jet is taxiing to hold on runway 6, Burlington.
And so another radio call that we would make here, look, just a normal takeoff, so about 75, right around that airspeed. Last notch of flaps comes out. The other radio call that we would make here would be 04 Yankees going around runway 6.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, going around runway 6, Burlington traffic.
Good, and you see how we made that call later on? We flew the
Yeah.
airplane first,
Exactly.
and then we made our radio call.
Exactly.
Cool. All right, there's 1,100. We can turn left crosswind again.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, making left crosswind, runway 6, Burlington traffic.
There you go.
Sorry, I was
It's okay?
looking at my 45
Yeah,
degree
just
angle.
nice to slow it down, one thing at a time.
Yeah. Alright. So we're close to 1600 now.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm getting visually better.
Sure, that's good. I can tell.
Alright.
Okay.
So should I worry about the 1600 mark?
Yeah,
or
let's
actually-
level off. Let's level it off and do it at the same time if we can. So let's start that roll into the turn while we slow down here.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, making left on downwind, runway 6, Burlington traffic.
Alright.
Burlington traffic, Sky 328 crossing runway 6 at Golf, Burlington.
A little bit more throttle, 2100 will hold us at that 1600 a little better.
Traffic, speed traffic departing to the northwest, Burlington, making a left turn out.
Alright, so now that we've got a little time to talk about what happened, we just caught a nasty gust from the left, and that happens. It pushed us way to the right of the runway, didn't it?
I see.
So we can go around. We don't ever have to land.
Exactly.
We can always go around. Yep. And it's easy. It's full throttle, take the first notch out,
Yeah.
build the airspeed, and then start climbing.
It's not complicated,
It
yeah.
is not complicated. Alright, so we're starting a little high, which means we need to descend a little bit more quickly from the beginning on this one. So power to 15, flaps 1.
But 1, here we go.
Down we go.
I can see we're going down now.
Yep.
Alright, we're close to the 45 degrees mark.
Yeah, we might have to extend just a little bit longer because we started about 100 foot higher that time. So that's looking good about there, so we'll go ahead and start that left base.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, making left on base. Runway 6, Burlington traffic.
Yeah, I'm going to hold that nose up a little bit higher for you so we don't give up too much altitude.
I was diving too much here.
Yeah.
I can tell.
Alright, this is looking good. 20 notch, 20 degrees. There you go, airspeed is stabilized right around 70, so let's just try to hold that. And we'll start turning on to, we're leveling off here, I've noticed. Let's keep the descent.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee, final, runway 6, Burlington traffic.
I'm diving too much here, I can tell.
Yeah, let's keep that nose
traffic
down now.
Charlie Alpha, only 5 miles to the northeast, and 45 degree left downwind, runway 6, launch.
So the Duchess is coming back. Let's keep the nose down. There you go. Right about there is perfect. Maybe a little bit more throttle. About 1500 RPM. That's a standard descent here. We've still got that little bit of trim in there, so it should lighten it up some. And remember, even if you don't want to use 3 fingers and you're going to use your whole hand, just try not to grip it too tight.
I see.
Let yourself be flexible with the controls. Yep, let's keep it rolling down. Yep, keep coming down. Don't level off yet. Go, power coming out now. Alright, raise it up some, and hold it right there. A little bit, there we go, right about there, and just hold it right there. Nice.
Gotcha.
Cool. And now onto the brakes. Good. That was much smoother that time.
Yeah. Alright.
And it looks like we can make Charlie this time if we slow down here.
Sure.
Good. In my opinion, a good landing in this airplane, you'll always be able to make Charlie. Charlie's about a good distance for this airplane to be able to land and roll out.
Right.
If we're going too far down the runway, it either means A, we were way too fast, or, you know, B, we were aiming too far down the runway.
Right.
The touchdown. If we land any shorter, it either means that we were trying to really land short because we have a short runway, or practicing like a short field, or we were way too slow.
We don't need to make an announcement because there's no other visual coming our way? Or?
Well, let's go ahead and just in case there is anybody, let's say that we're clear of runway 6, Burlington.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee. Clear runway 6, Burlington traffic.
Because we do have other airplanes. There's one that's sitting in the run-up area. It's good for him to know. There's one that's approaching the downwind.
Oh, we're done, yeah.
On traffic, that's 976 Charlie Alpha, entering left downwind, runway 6.
Cool.
So we're doing the after landing, flaps should be up.
That's correct.
Picture should be lean for taxi. Then the trim back to... And the strobes landing are off. That should be enough for our...
Good. So before we go any further, how's your energy level? You're doing good?
Yeah.
Feeling all right? We've got more time, but I wanted to check first. I know that...
I appreciate that.
Yeah. What you want to do? You want to do a couple more? Because we got time to do it, but...
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I could definitely want more.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that then.
I'm comfortable with that.
Let's do that. Let's do that for now then.
It's a nice day, so...
It is a nice day.
And we've been flying for like just an hour.
Just over an hour, yeah.
I feel like after 1 hour, I begin to
That's normal. That's normal.
function very well. But
Yeah, as one interesting thing about becoming a flight
Right.
instructor, that whole process of
Right.
learning how people, their attention
Right.
spans and what they can give and what they can't give. And about, in an airplane, just over an hour is about all that people
Yeah,
can take,
for a
especially learning
student,
something
yeah,
new.
yeah. But when we approached this time, at one time we were about 80, so I need
Yeah.
to reduce the speed. So the best thing would have, ideally, would be just to raise the nose a little
Yeah,
bit.
raise the nose. Use that pitch for your airspeed.
Pitch, okay. Because for me, pitch is always down, but pitch could be also up.
That's right.
It's a
could
vocabulary
pitch-
that is betraying me. It's pitch could be up also.
Yeah, you can pitch up or you can pitch down. You control all the pitch of this. Yep.
Because when you say pitch, that nose, I always think, I don't listen to the end. I hear
Sure.
pitch, for me it's down.
I gotcha.
And this time,
Yeah, I'll say up or down, maybe to clarify a little bit more. Pitch up or
right,
pitch
or
down.
making sure the up is loud, like pitch up. And
Yep.
Before you
That's my
guys
mistake.
taking off again? Yeah, if you guys want to, you can go ahead and roll ahead. Okay. Burlington traffic.
We'll go ahead and stop right here so he can roll out real quick.
6 for departure, Burlington.
like right now.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and slow down so he can kind of pull out.
Traffic, just back to Charlie Alpha, with base, runway 6.
Cool. Now we can just kind of continue behind him.
That was him asking us what we were doing.
Yep. He wanted to know if we were going to take off again. And so I let him say, hey, you can go ahead. He was a little further up than us, so
Right.
yeah. We're going to have to wait anyways for the Duchess coming in on base. So
So where are we going to?
yeah, we'll pull up behind
We'll
him.
just pull
Yeah,
behind,
about an
okay.
airplane's length behind the other airplane.
Alright. Hopefully this time I will make a good pattern.
You've been flying good.
Traffic, just back to Charlie Alpha, final 6.
Those lightings help, those red, white lights.
Yeah. Yeah, they do, but a lot of airports don't have those at all.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so
It's good not to
it's just
depend.
good. Yeah, it's good to really fly it visually. They help, and they're really good assistance to us. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we got to put the airplane where it needs to.
Alright. I think my base altitude is problematic. I feel like it's...
It all starts from that downwind. If you nail that downwind descent, what happens, I've noticed, is that on that turn to base, that you let the nose go way forward when you push the radio button.
Right.
Yeah, so remember, you're still flying it, just kind of
Right.
hold it. Yep.
But I tend to pitch down too much as I speak on the radio.
Yeah. And I think it's just because you're focusing on making the radio call in that moment more than flying.
Right.
So, and that'll just come with time. Once again,
Right.
it's something that you can't.
It's the stress of the
Yeah.
radio call that
Exactly.
everybody has.
You'll learn it. Everybody, at some point, everybody goes through this phase. So,
Alright.
yeah.
Alright. And this is not our Cessna, is it?
Oh, that's there's a missionary air group facility across the field, and they like train missionary pilots and stuff like that. And so that's one of their airplanes. It's a Cessna 172 though.
But they knew our name, so they saw it from, they read it from...
Yeah, 04 Yankee. I see that airplane almost every day too, so we
Okay.
kind of know. We just kind of start to know who's who around here, but that's an older 172 there. That's like probably a late 60s model.
Oh. And ours from the 80s?
This is a 2001.
Oh, really?
Burlington traffic, Duchess 976 Charlie Alpha, clear runway 6, Brandon. Burlington traffic, Skyhawk 328, departing runway 6, and departing the area to the east, Burlington.
So he's departing 6, and he's departing the area to the east, what I heard from that call. So he's not going to remain in the pattern. We can go ahead and taxi up to the hold short line now. Yeah, so while he takes off, this is a good time for us to go ahead and go through our before takeoff checklist.
Sure. Before takeoff checklist is going to be flaps up, trim all the way full, and set for takeoff, so that's... I should say, oh, richer, yeah, I'm sorry. The trim, yeah, set for takeoff. So I get the...
Yeah, we can set it back to just about the middle there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Rich mixture. Landing on, here we go. And the brakes are going to be released.
Okay, so we'll look at that other airplane again. We want him to get a decent ways off before we can roll. I normally like to let them start turning to crosswind.
You see them?
Yeah, they're above the wing there. They're kind of hard to see.
Okay, I don't see them.
Yeah, he's a good ways off. You'll see him when we taxi out there. So let's say we're clear right here.
Clear right?
Clear center, and the runway is clear.
Okay.
Cool.
I should make my announcement.
That's right.
Brothers in traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee taking off from runway 6, staying in the pattern, brothers in traffic.
Alright, nobody.
Go ahead and put those ailerons into the wind to the left.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a little bit of that left crosswind there.
I see, you can see it, yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's about a direct crosswind right now.
Wind 360 at 08.
So the winds are from the north now, so if we twisted this to the north, we can see that we've got a pretty severe crosswind from the left. But it's relatively calm wind, it's not like a gusty, so that's good.
Alright. 1500. So, nobody on the left. There's the traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Taking left crosswind. Runway 6. Right in traffic.
Good. All right, we'll kind of make this turn and level off at the same time.
All right.
And then we're
Run the traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Taking left on downwind. Runway 6. Run to traffic.
good, multitasking.
Yeah.
There you go. 3 things at once there. That was good.
Yeah.
They're getting better.
Alright. So airspeed we want 80, 90, sort of.
Yeah, right here, yeah, you're in the good speed range there. Yeah.
1600 we want to keep. Alright. We're close to the 1,000 mark.
That's right.
That's when we're going to pull down the power.
That's correct.
To 1500. Here we go.
All right.
There we go. That's when we start the descent, adding a 1 notch of flap.
That's good. I'm going to add one extra step for you here. I want you to give yourself 2 downstrokes of trim to hold that nose up a little bit. 1, 2. And just fly the descent with that little bit of trim in there. I think it's going to help lighten up the control some for you.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to trim us for a descent.
So reaching about 45 degrees. Time to make a left base. Here we go. Burlington traffic. Cessna 04 Yankee. Making left base. Runway 6. Burlington traffic.
Perfect. You see, we're right on. The nose is low, but it's not way too low. So this is good.
Right. And here we go. 1 notch.
That's right, to 20 degrees here.
Go.
Good. And let's keep that turn coming now. Yep. We leveled off there momentarily. See the speed bled off? So push the nose forward, pitch for that airspeed.
All right.
Pitch forward, pitch down for that airspeed. There you go.
Burlington traffic, Cessna 04 Yankee. Final, runway 6, Burlington traffic.
Cool. Final flap. I guess I was already pushed to the final flap by mistake.
That's okay, it happens.
I pushed too hard.
Flying it well, yep. Just controlling the airspeed with the pitch. You can, there you go, you're right on it right now. You're killing it.
Okay.
This is a really good approach right here. That's what it should feel like every time. Okay, looking all the way down the runway.
Right.
Make sure we're straight here. Nobody's on it. There you go, powers to idles, raise the nose up, and hold it right there. There you go. And slowing down. That was your landing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, good job. Let's raise that nose up a little bit to just
Oh, I see.
off that nose gear some. Yep, slowing it down. Cool. Yeah, sometimes the nose gear likes to wobble, so we just take some of the weight off of it here.
Oh, okay. I'll know that for the future.
Yeah, and we'll turn left here at Delta.
All right. Good to finish on a good note.
Yeah, sure thing, man. That was good. That was a really good circuit around the pattern there.